phone off? Sound check, 1, 2. Yeah, so give me 2 seconds. As I was saying, we did it. We really did it. So let me just double check, make sure I'm actually live. Make sure I can hear myself. Make sure people can hear me. And if anybody who is just watching my show... Okay, good, I can hear my audio. So yeah, we really did it. So anybody who just tuned into my show a couple of minutes ago, I want to thank you all for tuning in. We didn't end it properly per se, but it was expected that we would have a crash, that, it would literally, opening up that many stars in Space Engine would crash it. So anyway, I'm going to just drop a link to the last show in this show here. And I'm going to then drop a link to this show in the other show. The last stream which I crashed. And then I'm going to get myself to bed. Luckily, I think nobody is tuning into this because it's like such a last minute notification. But I'm pinning that to the chat. And then I'm going to push this in a comment underneath this video. And then but yeah, no surprise there that opening up a good billion stars in Space Engine would cause it to crash. So I got like the comments opened. I'm going to just make a notepad so I can put the hyperlink in. And we're going to put a link to the stream where I crashed the computer, or vice versa. Now I'm mixing up my streams here, it looks like. But anyway, yeah, long story short, what we did not do in the stream was we did not go over my Blur Busters approved monitors. So we're going to save that for next week. I guess I'm going to have to revise the thumbnail image to indicate to exclude the monitor that I bought. As you see, the thumbnail says Blur Busters approved monitor. It says it right there. It's a low-res version of the thumbnail. But yeah, it says Blur Busters approved monitor. We didn't talk about that at all. So yeah, squeeze that in next week. And other than that, I think that about covers it. So I think we're going to wrap it up now. But I do want to thank everybody who tuned in for today's edition of the Monday show. And, if you did not see the Monday show, I will leave a link pinned to the comments below so that you can actually see what I'm talking about. We had a grand old time. It was a lot of fun. We also discussed some video encoding filters and video upscalers, and all of these things. So yeah, with that being said, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas, please leave a comment. Please like and subscribe. And for now, we shall end transmission as soon as I find the button that... Oh, look at that. My boy's here. Yo, what up, bud? So, what was your point about the galaxies, though? With them having the same types of separation? Well, not so much of separation. I don't know. All I know is that when we were looking at the galaxies from far away, and I'm talking to my friend in the chat now. Thanks for tuning back in. When you saw like that really wide shot before the computer crashed, those points of lights were just entire galaxies, basically, from really far away. And you saw that hourglass shape. You saw how, like, looking at it from one angle, the entire screen is filled up with one big sphere of galaxies. But then from the other angle, there's like, on this side, there's no galaxies, and on this side, there's no galaxies. And that's basically because our telescopes cannot see those galaxies, because our view of those galaxies are being blocked by the bulk of our own galaxy. Because, if our galaxy is shaped like a dinner plate, let's say this is a dinner plate, and we're in the middle, inside the middle of this dinner plate, it's relatively easy to look above and below it in any direction. But when we look sideways, it's like we got all of this crap blocking us. But you got to remember that the galaxy is kind of thick. So realistically, if I was in the center of this phone right now, there would actually be a field of view that would be blocked that would represent this. And as you get further away, the angle is the same amount of degrees, but it's larger. So I don't know if that, I hope that answers your question. Okay, you got it. Yeah, they're there, exactly. So that's basically, like, of course, hypothetically, they might not be there, but, like, logically, they are there. if we had a better understanding of gravity, we could probably even demonstrate that, maybe even detect, collisions of neutron stars or something cool like that. But yeah, they're there, and one of these days perhaps we'll have like a way of flying a telescope above the plane of the ecliptic, or once we get warp drive or the equivalent within the next 10,000 years, we'll have options. So yeah, with that being said, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to everyone else who tuned in, and you have a good night, bud. And I hope everyone else who tuned in, you're balmy, you have a good night, and I hope everyone else who tuned in had a good night or has a good night. And we shall now officially hereby end transmission.